Tomb Raider for the Sega Saturn. There are quite a few differences between this and the PlayStation version. Firstly, the Saturn was known for not being able to do transparencies and reflections, although this was later proven wrong when Nights into Dreams came out. One of my favourite games, go check it out. Which is why the save crystals in this game appear as solid blue colours. Visually, the Sega Saturn version looks much worse than its PC and PlayStation 1 counterparts. I can agree with that, it's not 100% great.
What's a man gotta do to get that kind of attention from you?
It's hard to say exactly, but you seem to be doing fine.
Well, great. Though truth is, it ain't me that wants you.
Oh?
No, Miss Jacqueline Natla does, from Natla Technologies. You know, creator of all things bright and beautiful.
Seal it, Larson.
Ma'am.
Feast your eyes on this, Laura. How does that make your wallet rumble?
I'm sorry. I only play for sport.
Then you'll like a big park. Peru, vast mountain ranges to cover, sheer walls of ice, rocky crags, savage winds, and there's this little trinket. An age-old artifact of mystical powers buried in the unfound tomb of Qualapec. That's my interest. You could leave tomorrow. Are you busy tomorrow?
The game is very dark, but features a handy flashlight that allows the player to adjust the gamma, but it is a very dark game, and the draw distance isn't 100% great. The controls, they're quite hard to control Lara with the Sega Saturn controller. I will admit she does control a lot better with the PlayStation controller, and this doesn't support the 3D analog controller either, so you can't even use the joystick for it. You have to use the directional pad, and it is a pain. But with all due respect, Lara did first appear on the Sega Saturn. Many people don't recognise this, obviously. Shortly after the Saturn's release, Tomb Raider was released both for the PlayStation 1 and PC. So Tomb Raider was much more popular on the PlayStation console. Tomb Raider 2 was originally going to appear on the Saturn, but due to the Saturn's failure, it never saw the light of day. But I do digress. It's true that the Saturn's visuals were not up to the PlayStation 1 capabilities, which is kind of obvious because the Sega Saturn was built mainly for 2D gaming, not specifically designed for 3D games, although we all know it can run them. Although we all know it wasn't up to the capabilities of the PlayStation 1. Because of this, the Sega Saturn version runs ever so slightly faster than the PlayStation version. It does, load times are pretty quick, although some like the shadowing and pop-in isn't 100% great. It's kind of irritating, but I just can't get over the controls. They do really piss me off. But the Sega Saturn port of Tomb Raider is not laughably bad. I still did get a lot of enjoyment out of playing it. It's just, I think I do prefer the Sega Saturn controls over the PlayStations, but at the same time, I haven't played a game like this for a very long time, so you find the controls really difficult or just irritating in general. I kind of found myself getting a bit like that, but eventually I did kind of settle into it, and the controls did sort of adapt to me, or I adapted to them rather. So it's not a horrible game to play on the Saturn. It's just I can't say it's bad and I can't say it's good. I'm just sort of on a sort of mixed level with it because it has its high points and its low points. Now, if you was going to ask me if I would recommend buying this for your Sega Saturn, I would, because it's fairly cheap. There are probably plenty of copies out there to pick up. And if you like Tomb Raider, especially the first one like me, it's definitely worth picking up for like sort of £5, something like that. I picked mine up for £3.50 off of eBay with free shipping, so it's definitely cheap to get. So it's not exactly breaking the bank to buy it. But the controls are a little bit stiff. But then again, that's my opinion, because obviously I have to get used to it. I probably wouldn't say it's better than the PlayStation version. I'd probably say that put them on an equal level. So go out there, maybe buy Tomb Raider for the Sega Saturn, or maybe not. It's really up to you guys.
What could possibly go wrong?